Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity to practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to the Frame Master Podcast. My name is Constant Brooks. And this episode we're going to talk about is that there's no shortcut to the top. You can shortcut your way or find an easy way to the top. But what you can do is you can compound your way there or compound your way. What I mean is that you can use skills acquired from a previous experience to help you at another level, that if you were to actually basically go to that level without that previous experience, it would be harder for you to assimilate into that new level. But because you actually gone to that new level and learned the skills effectively from that level, when you reach that new level, you're not focused on that skill that you have to acquire from the previous level, but you just focus on the new skills that you need and basically implementing them at this new level so that you're more effective. And then not only that, with those experiences, you can be more effective at a new level faster compared to other people. And you know what I mean? I was that, going to university. One of the best things that happened to me on my science journey was, that chemistry teacher that I had, as I mentioned, that basically break my bubble and just pull me back into reality. Like, yo, you know, and be like, yo, chemistry is no joke. And then she just teach me a lesson. And then I actually took the heat and the lesson because the anxiety was there. The anxiety was there. And when I took the lessons and actually prepared and stuff, I actually reached a level that I never thought I would have reached. Like, boom, being at top of the class in a chemistry. It been a long time before then, when that happened. Before that happened, it been a long time. So, but that did not happen until she come and break my bubble and boom, gave me a new level of potential. When I reached university, what happened is that I did not reach that level again. But what happened is that the fact that she gave me that potential, I actually succeeded. It actually was better at the university level compared if I had not gotten that reality check. What I mean is that, I was very lackadaisical and stuff in the university, but I still did re- fairly well. And it was because of that um wake up call that I got in high school. If I did not get that wake up call in high school and went to university, I think I would have basically failed out of university because that I would not be prepared for what the workload would be. I would not be prepared. So even though I'm not going to university, I did not come out the best. I was more prepared, and the fact that my lack of doing good or not doing good was just basically due to my lazy habits and stuff. My laziness and stuff. It was not due to my ability to not do the work. It was the fact that I was actually not I'm not really that lazy, just for that, bro. The schedule was really not something that I'm used to, and I'm not used to being on my own. Have to wake up and stuff, and the same thing here. The working, I have to wake myself up and all those stuff to go to work and stuff. All those stuff were new to me. Find my own food and all those stuff. All those stuff were new to me. It's like doing that plus studying for it. So if I did not have that reality check, I would basically basically fail. I would basically fail. But what happened was, no, you're in the real world, and then boom, I have the dream job that I want in. So initially when I just left university, I just wanted a job in my field, doing some science stuff, just to say I actually got something in my field and basically, prove the thing that doing the degree is not was not for naught. That didn't happen. But what happened was that I saw another job that I wanted that was way out of my league, way out of my league. But I want, working. That would be my dream. That would be my dream. I say, yo, if I actually did that, yo, that would be something. Because what happened was I was so passionate about the things that the company does. I'd be like, bro, it got me excited. But I had no clue how to actually get there because of what my reality was. But my reality, it was very it was I was very young, broke as a joke, This- and no reputation. It's not no reputation. That's where I could depend on a job like that. No reputation like that at all. So it's like one of those things where I'm like, bro, I wanted that job, but it was not. It was just a pipe dream back then. Fast forward to now, what happened is that in that sense that I say, okay, I'm I'm able to get that job now still, but this new work that I receive um show me that I can actually, given how long life can be, I could actually reach there. So basically what I'm saying is that in not reach the time that you wanted, but it's possible for you to reach there. If you compound your experiences and skills, you can reach that level and get your foot into the door. But you have to do it smartly. Get the Use the right opportunity to compound you to the next opportunity and compound to the next opportunity. But not only that, so the time it will take me to actually get that work. The thing is, you can actually do it way quicker than me. Some person you can actually do way quicker than me. Some people know that I got it straight out of high school, not my high school, but the high school where the company is in, uh, and such. So it's like, but what happened is that the level of knowledge or teaching there was more advanced, or not only more advanced. The person saw the opportunity way before I knew. So when I see that opportunity of that dream job, I was one of the many small few in my area that would have actually seen the opportunity, but like, okay, I want it. But over there, it would be like a common job, it would be like, a common job to get there. And the skills that you basically be learning there, you basically say, okay, if I was focus and get the required qualification, I can go there and get it. Was not easy for me like that. But understanding that, know that, okay, I have to actually put in more work to reach that level. But while before I would say, yeah, it's unattainable. Now me will say it's attainable, but I have to actually put in work to actually develop my profile to get my foot into that door. And when you get that foot into that door now, then you can be like, okay, you can, because that's the thing. When I doing this two job experience, what I realize is that it's one thing to get your foot into the door. The next thing is to be able to do the work, because it doesn't make sense if you get your foot into the door if you can't do the work, because it will be a waste of time, and it will be embarrassing for you. It will be, yeah, it's really so that's one of those things where you don't want to get a foot in the door, you can't do the work. It'll basically be a waste of time for you. So that was the next thing is that when I saw the job, the thing was not the fact that okay, I could not get my foot in the door. And the thing that I was that I could, even if I get in the door, what if I can't do the work? Because the expertise of what that work requires was not really my field. It wasn't really my specialty. It was something that I have to actually go out and do other research in developing other skills. Not skills that I not passionate about, but it was something that I never really was passionate about at the time. It was something that I could basically do. So to reach that level, a company level, I guess I would have to be more passionate about it. But now, knowing that, I'm be like, okay, given how long life can be and how a working career can be, I can actually reach those levels. I don't know how. I don't know how. Or I know how, but even if I know how, no, even if I know how, it's not easy as saying, okay, I know how. It's actually implementing the actions to actually reach there. That's the that's the journey. That's the journey. But it's possible. That's basically what the episode is about. Your dream job. So you will come out of university or wherever and be like, okay, your dream job or dream thing is impossible. No, it's not impossible. It may seem impossible at the time, but what will happen is that what what I can tell you from this episode is that life is long. And what will happen is that you will have to actually take the time to develop skills for you to reach that level. That's what you will have to do. You can't just come out and be like, okay, you're going to get, come out and manifest it. So you have to actually put in the work to reach that level. That's what you that's what I learned. You can't just come in and be like, boom, I want to send in my application and get the dream job and be like, oh my god, yes, I manifested my dream job. No, you have to put in the work to actually reach that level. So that when you actually reach that level, not only is it you're able to do the work, but when you're doing the work, it doesn't affect your personal life. You can basically come out and have your personal life as well. Because if you is one thing to manifest your dream job, but the next thing to actually manifest your dream job, and then that becomes your life. You don't want that two stuff, right? Ideally, you want to be able to manifest your dream job, but have as much of your personal life as possible. But this episode will be like, yo, to all those people that feel like it's hopeless, it's not hopeless. It's possible. It's possible. It's just that you would want it fresh out of your university. It may not happen fresh out of your university. It will be like, okay, you need to put like 10 years of work, 10 years of work into manifesting that job. But the thing about it is that the important thing is that is not doomsday. Is that what you have to realize that you have to use the money that you work from other job that you may not like or stuff, or to use the opportunity that you like to actually develop your reputation. That's the thing, develop your reputation and build your personal life, build your life for retirement, your life outside of this work. Because eventually, if you manifest your dream job, eventually you'll have to retire. And then when you retire, if you do that, so it's like, regardless if you get a dream job or not, you have to actually build your life outside of your dream, outside of your work to actually um live a fulfilling life because the work will not always be there. But on this episode, to be like, yo, getting your dream job is possible. It's just that you have to put in a lot of years of work and get the required skills to actually reach that level. So with that being said, you know, you will see if I actually manifest that dream job or not. That's what each episode gonna be like. Will he manifest his dream job? You know, you know, you know. First, I have to make it to 2024. When I make it to 2024, then you'll see. Then you'll see not much change, not more change in the fact that I would manifest the dream job. It'll be like, okay, I'll be able to actually do a lot more things, and then because I can do a lot more things, my reputation actually go up. So I could actually get my so I actually could what where I would basically previously I would have basically send the application and get no reply. I'd be like, um, I was sending the application now and be like, get something like a competent reason as to why I didn't get the job or get a feedback. So that's the difference now. If I make it 24, that would be the difference. I'd be like, okay, it's not the fact that I could not get the job because I'm not on the radar. It's because there's some things that be like, yeah, some technicality and stuff you do not meet this requirement and stuff, and be like, okay, I can actually work on that. That will happen, but I have to make it 2024 first. So, yeah. So that would be the side journey of this podcast. Road to getting that dream job. And then not only that, if I manifest a dream job, I'll be able to tell you, is it worth it? Is the dream job worth it? That's the thing. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening and look forward for the next episode. Hmm.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.